The hypotenuse of a right triangle is 17 inches long. A leg of this triangle, y, is 1 inch less than twice the length of the other leg, x. Which system of equations can be used to determine the lengths of the two legs of this right triangle in inches? So we have a triangle, and one leg is x. The other one is what? Twice the length of x. And it's 1 inch less than twice. We have twice the length of x. We have twice the length of x, and it's 1 inch less than that. So this is the other leg, which is y. Y equals 2x minus 1. And the hypotenuse is 17. So one of our equations is the Pythagorean theorem, where we have x squared plus, this is y over here, y squared is 17 squared. And the other is y equals, this y over here is the same thing as 2x minus 1. So this is the system of equations we can use to determine the lengths of the two legs of this right triangle in inches. Alright, let's go ahead and use these and do it. So here's my two equations that go with this triangle. And we have x squared plus y squared is 17 squared, where y is what? Fill this in with what? Okay. Now what is this 2x minus 1 squared? How do we figure that out? Okay. Well, you're going to square the first one. You're going to take twice the product of these two. So you have minus 2x, and you're going to do double that. And then you square the last term. Okay. So we're going to replace this, all of this, with this. So we'll have x squared plus this right here. That equals 17 squared. Put it up at the top. I have x squared plus 4x squared. And I have 4x minus 1. And then 17 times 17 is 289. So 1x squared and 4x squared is 5x squared. Copy the other down. Space it out a little bit. Put a little space between these two. And subtract the 289 from both sides. Okay? So you'll have 5 of these, 4 of these, and this is going to be negative 288, and you'll have 0 on the right side. So now we want to factor this quadratic equation. So if you take 5 times 288, you have 1,440. And then if you list all of the factors of 1,440, you see 1 goes into it, 2 goes into it. You divide 1440 by 2, divide by 3, 1440 divided by 3, 1440 divided by 4, 5, 6, 8, 7 won't go into it evenly, 9, there's quite a lot of factors, aren't there? Okay, 12, 13 and 14 won't go into it evenly. Okay, 15 does, 16, 18, 20, 24, 30, and 32. 25, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29 won't go, neither will 31. And we're almost there. If you subtract these two, you get 13. Subtract these, you get 18. Subtract these two, you're going to get like 36 and 52. But this finally comes down where when you subtract these two down here, you're going to get your 4. Okay? So when you factor this, you're going to use a negative 40 and a plus 36 for my two factors. Going to use these two. You have a negative 40 and a plus 36 give you negative 4. Now we move into what we call no fuss factoring, where you write the 5 twice. Knowing that 5 times 5 is not 5, we don't fuss about it or worry about it. It's called the no fuss method. It's a simple little method. Copy the 5 down. Okay? And since 5 times 5 is not 5, okay, we'll have to factor a 5 out of these two. Alright? Factor a 5 out. You can copy this one down over here. But 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 8 is 40. And then copy this down. Okay? Since 5 times 5 is not 5, we throw away this extra 5. Okay? It's called the no fuss factoring. go through that again one more time. We got our negative 40 plus 36. Copy the 5 down twice, here and here. Factor a 5 out and throw it away. And use the other two members here. So, this equals what? 0, doesn't it? Okay? This equals 0. And therefore, we're going to set this equal to 0, or we're going to say this equals 0. Now, if this is 0, then x is going to be 8. If this is 0, then 5x is negative 36, and x is negative 36 fifths. And so x is this. Now, we know that you can't have a negative length, can you? So of these two answers, you cannot have a negative length for x here. So we have to throw this one out. So the only thing left is that x is 8. See how x was a negative 36 over 5? How are you going to have that for a length? Since it can't be negative, throw it out. Use x to be 8, and if you double the 8, y is 2x minus 1. Double the 8, 2 times 8, fill in the 8 in there for the x, and we're going to get 16 minus 1, okay? So y is 15. This side is 8, this side is 15.